Good morning or good afternoon, everybody. It's Parshas Korach, or for those outside, shelach. So it's a really interesting kesher between shelach and Korach. Towards the end of the parsha, it's mitzvah tzitzis, and Medrash says that's kind of the kesher between shelach and Korach. Is Korach looks and sees all the people are kadosh, all the people are holy. And he accuses Moshe of tisnasu, that Moshe is higher than everybody else. Moshe is the one to appoint himself, to appoint Aaron, to appoint other people in his family higher than him, even though he was Bnei Kahas. Korach was pretty up there. The Medrash says he was like Aaron. He was similar to Aaron. And from Korach we have Shmuel, who is as great as Aaron and Moshe. So Korach was not just a Stam Levi like some people. He was pretty high up there. But we see an interesting contrast. When Meraglim had Chachma, they tried to use their wisdom and their Chachma, how they think that life would be better in Midbar and Eretz Yisrael. But they know Yireh Shamayim, no passion. But that Chachma would know Yireh Shamayim. And Korach is almost the opposite. Korach is all about doing what's right. He wants a better position. He was born to a family, a great family. He sees Aaron's outside, and he questions Aaron. He doesn't see the inside. He doesn't see exactly what Aaron is. In his passion to kind of want something better and to want what maybe he can't have, that kind of drives Korach. What's interesting, the Bnei Chaser in the Agra de Malka talks about a very interesting point. Is a lot of times we have a machlokus with somebody, and not necessarily for something in shul or musar, anything you really want to talk about that people are arguing about. And the question is, are you really doing the right thing? Is this argument or disagreement coming from a place of Yireh Shamayim, a place of following Hashem, L'Shem Shamayim, or it's Stam, something else? A lot of times you have people go to someone's house for Shabbos, and let's say the son or daughter didn't go to shul, and a person, you see in the middle of eating, person struggles down the stairs, the young child. So okay, you go on eating. So a parent will say, "Did you go to shul today? You should really go to shul." And while yes, you're supposed to go to shul, and someone of the right age is supposed to go to shul, but to kind of give musar, to tell someone about the importance of going to shul in front of other people or relatives or friends is not conducive. It's not the right thing to do, and there's no benefit of that. And what the Ramban talks about, you can see that even though Korach had great points, and Pri Tzaddik said Korach was right in some ways, every person is holy, but when you are approaching someone for the situation not in the right way, then there's no way it's going to turn out right. If Korach had a problem with Moshe, knocked on his door, I have a problem with you, I should do this, let's talk. As opposed to, let's get Dustin Aviram, let's get 250 people that want this, let's wait until year 2, when after the Ched Meraglim, Moshe was politically not as loved as he was before. So to wait for the time that Moshe was politically not the strongest, to now make your fight, that shows you're really not for shalom. You can disagree with someone, but if you are trying to get the MS, you do it with an act of shalom, then you can get to it. Then you can find out what it is. And the Bnei Saskar says you can really see when you have a disagreement with somebody, take a step back. What's their motive? What's their motivation? So, for example, just case in point, I have a couple of sperm, I have a little shtender in shul, and I have a Pri Tzaddik, and I have a little Gemara, and I have a little bag which have candies for the kids in shul and some adults, and myself, I'll be honest. So it's not that it's crazy messy, but the few things on the table. And one day I noticed nothing's on my table. Someone took my stuff. I look, and someone put it on the chair. Okay, very cute. I don't know why someone did it. So I took it out on the table, put my Gemara, my Sefer, the candy, fine. Next day, again, it was gone. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? And I met up with a person, he says to me, "You're making a really big mess. No one in the shul has this." I look around, you're right. One guy has one sefer or a sitter. No one really has more than one or two books at their table. He says, it's really messy what you're doing here. And I'm thinking, no one likes for their stuff to be touched. And I'm thinking, is this person out to get me? Is the person trying to show he's better than me? What's the motivation? So first I'm taking this personally, but Bnei Yissaschar says a very interesting test. Look to see if this is something directed at you, if this person, quote unquote, has it in for you, or l'shem shemaim, by looking at his other actions. And this person really does care about the shul. This person's on time, this person learns in shul, this person's very careful as far as making sure everything is set. So therefore it was wrong of me to assume that he was coming for me. This is something, not just me, anybody who leaves things out on the table, he would straighten it out. And the key is to really to understand this. And Bnei Yissaschar says this is a trick of the Yetzer Hara. A lot of times we give musar and we think we're in the right. We're standing up for Torah, we're standing up for Yiras, we're standing up for Hashem. But if you're coming it the wrong way, this is literally a trick of the Yetzer Hara, and it's something that we have to really be careful. So that's something that we have to really be careful. And it's something that Korach, we noticed that even though he made some good points, if you're not coming in the right way, it's not going to end up well, and the whole approach is wrong. Hillel and Shammai, Beis Hillel and Shammai, fought all the time, but the Gemara in Kedushin says they came as friends, they left as friends. Why? Because they were in there for shalom. If you are trying to get the MS and you're b'shalom, then you're going to get it. And there's a mashal where the queen is told to get something special, to put her a special necklace for the king, and she has all her advisors, and they all decide, which one. I think this necklace is the best, this one, and the queen decides to put on one of them, and the king says, who chose this? It's so beautiful. And the queen says, everybody chose it. And the king's like, what do you mean? Well, in the process to find the best one, everyone by giving their 2 cents and everyone kind of giving their opinion, they wanted the truth. They're trying to get the truth. So even if it's not you that chooses the right one, it doesn't really matter. Because at the end of the game, you want to get something that is the best thing at the end. And the question we have to ask ourselves, in an argument, do we want to be right? We want to win, we want to be right. You could win, and then you knock everyone else down. But if your approach is, I want to get the MS, then the process, how you get there, deliberations, disagreements, arguing with somebody. But if you're both wanting to get the answer to get MS, then you're fine. And that's kind of the trick we wanted to have, the point we want to have with Korach, is you could be right, but if you don't approach this in the proper way, then you really have nothing. Shabbat Shalom.